What is up, Republic of Gamers, and hello and welcome to ROG Pulse, the weekly podcast where we dive into all things tech and gaming. I am your host, SolidJakeGG, and I already saw some comments on YouTube saying, "Who's Jake?" Well, I'm Jake. I host this stream every week, guys, but I guess we do a lot more.
He's been doing this for like a year or two.
Well, we do a lot more on Twitch than YouTube, so to see that
That's
comment
true.
on YouTube, that's not really unsurprising. But hi,
We're
guys.
still on YouTube weekly.
Yeah, that is true.
Come on,
Usually.
YouTube. Who are you, YouTube? Has anyone heard of YouTube before? I don't know. Just kidding.
I remember when YouTube was new. The dark ages. The dark
Yeah.
ages of the web.
Yeah.
But honestly, that might be my favorite timeline of the internet. Like pre-social media, all forums, super
Dude,
anonymous.
I loved forums. Forums were my jam.
Yeah.
Nothing has like truly replaced them in the same way.
Discord is like kind of the new forums.
Discord
but
is like the closest thing, but it's and I like Discord. It's not the same.
And I like Reddit. But it's also not the same.
Reddit has also very much replaced forums, and in a way, Reddit has advantages and disadvantages, right? Because you don't have to like make a new account for every single forum you go on. But yeah, it's at the same time, there are downsides to both approaches, I suppose.
Raised Ranger 7.
AOL
Yes.
3.0.
We do read chat. But you know, guys, hello and welcome. We are going to be showing off basically my streaming setup, the ultimate ROG setup. I'm a lucky guy. I've got some pretty sweet gear in-house, and we're just going to be kind of going through it's, pretty much
pretty sweet gear like that pillow.
Is that
How do I get one of those?
I don't
It's
even...
harder to get than a graphics card. Actually, do we sell the pillows now?
It's a great question. I know there was talks of it. I don't know if it ever happened. But yeah, I've got some multiple camera angles we can look at here and kind of go through, but we're going to get to that in a bit. We're going to start with just kind of gaming and tech news because, I think my little overlay is wrong. It's lying to you. It's saying we're talking about the setup. Why did these things all get moved around? Why is that not centered? I'm going to fight someone. You know what? It doesn't line up. This is the worst day of my life. Anyways,
Sarge, the stream is not lagging for me. It must just be you.
Come on, Sarge. Don't give me a heart attack like that. That's what makes
I
me
know.
real
I was
upset.
like, oh no, but then I looked down, like, no, it's working for me, and I'm on stream while watching the stream, so it's
Power play.
how you know it's working.
So just kind of diving right in. Dying Light 2 was the big release of the past week, and it seems like it's one of those releases where we do have some like the past gen consoles are struggling, lower end hardware isn't.
We're at the point where past gen consoles are struggling with everything.
Can we talk?
That's how you know the game is good.
Can we talk about like this kind of state of the industry we're in right now, where we have a lot of live design titles that were built to work on past gen consoles, and we have a lot of these new gen consoles that are releasing, and the devs are promised and trying to provide support for these past gen consoles. But I feel like this last generation of consoles is holding back the entire industry, especially in games that are trying to launch on console, so much.
there are a few things contributing to that, right? Like, we're also maybe holding on to the last gen a little bit longer than we usually do. I don't know, because I'm not a console guy, but because of the hardware shortages,
the lack of availability,
if they're trying to hold on to those older consoles so that they're not just like, leaving a bunch of gamers in the dust because they don't have a PS5 or a Series X. The other thing is that some of the last gen consoles, consoles have such a long lifespan.
Yeah.
And when you look at the last gen, like the last gen was running some pretty old processors and stuff. So it's, game development keeps on chugging. And that's just kind of the nature of the console cycle. And that's one of the things that I love about PC gaming is that you can kind of constantly be upgrading as you choose to. You can still upgrade every 7 years if you want to, and your games will still work. And you can tweak settings to however you want to get it running the way you want. Or you can kind of upgrade on a slightly faster cycle and not be limited to a certain processor architecture.
Or you can be like my friend and you can use your 780 until it dies, and then he resolders it in his own oven. He just baked it to resolder it and continued using it, and now it truly died. So now he's using my old 780 because he's like, you know what? It's all I need, because that's the kind of games he plays. I get it.
Yeah,
but when we've got
beauty.
these cross-platform games that are struggling to run With these new modern games that are obviously being built to look gorgeous on new PCs like Dying Light 2, these old consoles really aren't up to snuff to run it. And dialing it down is clearly very difficult for developers.
They're between a rock and a hard place. What can you do?
Yeah. No, I get it. We
can only hope that the new generation just really starts catching on soon, and availability is a little bit easier for people to grab. I just sold my PS5. There's another PS5 out in the world.
Oh, you did sell yours? I know you said you were thinking about it. Yeah,
I did. You know what? It was one of those things where like I haven't turned it on in months.
Yeah.
And I really want it for God of War 2 and Spider-Man 2, but is it worth having like this thing that everyone wants, right? Sitting in my living room not being used? It just felt like selfish. And like when those games come out, whatever, I will buy a used one for a month, play those 2 games, and then sell it again, and I'll be fine. Probably not like come out with that much of a loss in money because I play almost everything else on PC anyway.
With like the knowledge that we are likely to get all these games on PC in the future, I'm like really leaning towards selling mine as well, especially because like I mainly bought mine initially not knowing what to think out of like the Android TV that I use, and thinking that I would use it purely as my media center. But Disney Plus on PS5 still does not support 4K, so I have to use the Android app, which
it's funny,
drives me nuts.
Apps like that have similar problems on some smart TVs too. Like it really depends. Some smart TV platforms lag behind updating. Like if you really want the most up-to-date apps, I think a dedicated box is often the way to go. Like an Apple TV or a Roku or whatever it is that
really
those usually get updated before. Now Android TVs are generally a little bit better because Android TV is like also its own platform. Roku TV is kind of similar. And we're seeing more movement towards those existing platforms built into TVs rather than the TV manufacturers making their own. There is kind of that movement, but it really depends on the platform.
Interesting.
It's not just the PS5. It might be now. I don't know.
For Disney Plus,
with a bunch of apps on a bunch of platforms. It's just guess takes a while to update all of those apps, and some platforms end up lagging behind. So,
but I game on it so infrequently that I'm kind of in that similar boat where I'm looking forward to God of War, Spider-Man, Wolverine. Those are the games that are on my list that I'm like, I can't wait for these, but
I don't know
justified?
If they'll come to PC though. How long will they take to come to PC?
I know that's the risk. Mind. That's the risk, I guess.
Because I feel like I can wait, but I can't wait that long. I waited a long time on God of War 1 and Spider-Man 1, and now that I've played them, I can't wait that long for the sequels. I'm too hyped.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's with the sequels that they get you.
Well, anyways, Dying Light 2 was, I guess, the big release of last week, but this week we actually had another release where Lost Ark, which is a highly anticipated Korean MMO, came out for early access for $15. The bronze package was $15. You could gain access on Tuesday, and then starting tomorrow, it goes full free to play for everyone to try and enjoy. It's a fun game. Has a lot of really good content, and so much content that they've put into the game that actually not all of it is in the Western release. They decided to withhold classes and withhold like other content in the game so that we have like a lot of content to look forward to as the game ages a little bit. 6 months in, they'll probably drop a class. It's to be determined if they're going to sell those or just use them to generate hype or what, because this is being published by Amazon Game Studios. Amazon Game Studios did not make it. They're just doing the Western release, but it is on Steam. And it's generated a lot of hype. The Steam servers were struggling like crazy for the download. There was just it was really a lot of people trying to get in first thing when the game was dropping. And
got to get in on the ground floor of those MMOs.
It's true. People go nuts. I think Asmongold had like 500,000 viewers or something crazy. I don't know. Somebody said they had some astronomically high number. I was just like, oh,
wow.
And he doesn't use his normal channel. Like he has like a secondary channel that's smaller usually. So power to him. But yeah, it's fun. I enjoyed streaming that yesterday. Tomorrow we're streaming Deep Rock Galactic.
I'm excited. I still have no idea what this game is about.
Good. Me neither. It's gonna be.
I'm just gonna dive in.
We're space dwarves. What else do you need to know?
Lane and I almost jumped in and practiced the other night, but we played Halo instead.
285,000 is how many viewers he got. Wow. Yeah, that's insane. Asmongold is a legend. When can we find more info on the wireless buds? That's a great question. I will try to find you an answer, but I do
That
not
is a
know
good
that the
question.
answer. I don't know that the answer exists at the moment.
That's often the answer is that the answer doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. Because it's like one person's in charge of that project, and then whenever everything's ready, they let us know. But until then, it's just silence.
Yep.
What else? Nintendo.
Rockstar announced that GTA 6 is being worked on.
Oh, that's true.
We were all like shocked by this news.
Well,
that they would make a sequel to an incredibly successful
I mean,
franchise.
you say that, but they have gone on record over the years saying, hey, look, if we don't think that we can make a substantial improvement to a game, we're not going to make a sequel. So GTA 3, 4, they want to have each game feel like the engine's a lot more powerful, like, because they did a lot with that engine. You look at Red Dead, you look at GTA, those games are visually really impressive. They hold up, and it's a lot more, what's the word?
And on PC, it's honestly still kind of tough to run. Like if you want to run it like with all the settings cranked up,
it's a big map, right? So
it's interesting because so I didn't know that they had said that. That's interesting because it seems different. It seems like their GTA strategy is different than it used to be. And maybe I'm wrong about this because I wasn't a GTA player back then. But correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds like my understanding is that some of the spin-offs back, or like spin-offs like Vice City or San Andreas or whatever, were basically new stories made in the same engine as previous mainline games, and they're not doing that these days. Maybe because GTA Online is instead like kind of their focus.
So the gaming world has changed drastically, right? You think about the way that these companies made money before. It was by selling a box, selling copies. A $60 box. That's how you make money. Now it's all microtransactions. So with GTA 5, there's no reason to make San Andreas or whatever because they just have the game and they have the constant income through people that are playing GTA Online, right? It's
makes sense.
We now live in this live design ecosystem. This kind of goes back to my other comments about games that are being held back by past gen consoles, because we have these live design titles that have incredible potential but feel like they're just kind of a little bit too old on PC.
Hard to migrate.
Like Sea of Thieves and Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 and Sea of Thieves, visually they look great. Visually they're accessible across a wide range of consoles.
Destiny 3 is for.
Right, but they've announced like years worth of expansions are in works for Destiny 2. So I feel like these companies are really just saying, look, it's so easy for us to just continue building on this ecosystem and this player base we have. As soon as it comes time to shift over to Destiny 3, if that ever happens, you're fragmenting your player base. You've got players that don't necessarily have consoles and machines that can run the game. It's a really interesting era in gaming that we live in where. Overwatch and Overwatch 2 is a great example. They had to be like, hey, look, you know what? If you buy Overwatch 2, you can still play with people that have Overwatch 1. We're trying to solve that. But like,
while also giving you
what is Overwatch 2 exactly?
Yeah.
And why is it a second game? And that's a genuine question from me. But they do claim that it's got an updated engine and other capabilities and larger game types like 8v8 or I don't know. It's been a while since we've had any real Overwatch 2 news.
But now we have GTA 6 news, and the news is that it exists. Maybe one day.
That means they feel like it's justified to make a next one. So that's good news because they've got, like I said, they've gone on record saying that they are not actively making it.
Which again, like San Andreas was worth making, even if they weren't like taking giant technical leaps forward. There's still great stories to tell or fun to be had. I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, those stories and fun are just being told in a different way through GTA Online. And a lot of those online games, it's a different kind of story, right? They're like the stories that you make yourselves are sometimes more fun.
Did you ever tune in to any of the RP content where you have like tons and tons of streamers? There were like these RP servers that were like really serious. People would role play as a police officer, or everyone drives like it's a real city, or you could be an elderly woman, and that's what you're RPing as. Like an irate elderly woman is like who you are.
I'm super into that. Like I can totally dig it. I like mad respect.
Yeah.
I know there is a certain game that was announced this week that you are excited about.
Chrono?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chrono Cross is.
I know you're a big Chrono Cross fan.
I don't know, that game really stuck with me. I played a lot of JRPGs as a kid. I think a lot of people like our age, like in their early 30s or maybe late 20s, probably played a lot of RPGs if you owned a PlayStation.
Because we didn't have like that many Western RPGs back
no,
then.
but like
right?
that's
like,
that
JRPGs
those games were extremely popular. Final Fantasy, Tales of Games, Skies of Arcadia is one that's really big for me.
I remember
and
that
then
one.
And then Chrono Cross was one of my absolute favorites, and I gonna make some people mad. I never played Chrono Trigger. But anyways, moving on. So I'm pumped to see the remaster. I kind of wish they did a little bit more, but I'll take what I can get, and I look forward to playing that game again because it's been 20 years.
Yeah, it's a fine line between like how much you want to remaster a game versus like remake it entirely, because you're always going to have fans that are going to want one over the other, right? Like if they remade it entirely Final Fantasy VII remake style, some people might be like, no, I want to, like, it's taking away the soul of the original or something. I don't know. Do people say that?
I say that. I say that it's not dark enough in the way that they portray the human emotions. It's very exaggerated. It's very anime. They're like, oh, and they like all do all these big body gestures and stuff. And to me, Final Fantasy VII is a dark, neat, it's like gritty story, right? And the way that they retold it, it really feels like they padded it and they made it as smooth and clean as they could. As someone who has
not played either, I would have thought the opposite.
Yeah,
because everything is like darker and gritty.
The remake
right? Like,
is like
even just looking at the graphics.
The visual execution and then the actual gameplay execution of the remake is flawless. It is perfection.
Yeah,
it is great. But the way they directed the voice acting and the body language is what I hate.
That's fair.
I hate it.
Dude, I love the idea of taking... So I'm kind of over turn-based RPGs. This is just a personal thing. I loved them when I was a kid. I don't like them as much as I used to.
You say turn-based RPGs?
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the remake.
So I love the idea of taking these old turn-based games and this is what I'm really hoping they do with Knights of the Old Republic. I really hope that the new Knights of the Republic remake is basically like, all right, let's take this incredible story from the original Knights of the Old Republic and just like with Battlefront 2 combat.
I mean, honestly, the way that Final Fantasy did it is it's like a full-on hack and slash action game, but you can hold like the left trigger down to like it'll like basically almost like full bullet time to like make your selection to cast a spell, to choose your other party member to cast a spell.
Baldur's Gate style.
I never played Baldur's Gate personally, but
it's not technically. It's like it's not technically turn-based, but you can kind of like make it.
It's as turn-based as you want it to be. Yeah. And it's a great way to do it. And yeah, I really want to see that KOTOR remake because I never played those games. I never played them.
I didn't finish it. I played part of it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it is supposed to be the best Star Wars game ever made, which I fully believe, given that it's basically Mass Effect Star Wars. Right?
I know, right? Like I can't wait for that. Hopefully we get more info on that this year.
I know. I'm hoping that it comes to PC at some point.
Dude, everything comes to PC now. There's too much money to be made.
Not everything.
Yeah.
Almost everything. Speaking of console exclusives and such things, the last piece of news, and I won't spend too much time on this because whatever, we're all PC gamers here. Microsoft is saying that Call of Duty will stay on PlayStation even beyond existing agreements. How long that is, who knows? Whether it applies to other Activision Blizzard games, who knows? But they're kind of going on record saying that they don't. It's not going to be a Xbox exclusive right away, which I find interesting. We'll see what happens.
So Sony has gone and said the same thing about Destiny, but the other way around. So I think this makes people happy.
It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, if we're beyond the age of like everything being exclusive, I would be surprised but intrigued. As a PC gamer, I don't really care because, like I said, most things come to PC. So I'll take it. I'll watch with great interest. Also, I play most games on such a long delay anyway that like I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, I know, with the backlogs that I think a lot of us have.
I started playing the Battlefield 4 campaign this weekend.
Really?
Because I never did before, and I always enjoyed those like Battlefield and Call of Duty campaigns, especially like you get them on sale. I got Battlefield 4 for free from something, I don't even remember what, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Sometimes I just like to shoot things, whatever. It's pretty fun.
I have not. Yeah, I have not played
multiplayer. Like I would get massacred. So
I'm trying to think of like which FPS campaign I played last, and I really like don't know.
There are a few that in the past few years have really stood out. Titanfall 2 is an excellent campaign.
Yeah,
If you're talking like Call of Duty and Battlefield games,
I'm just talking about any shooter campaign. Like I'm like trying to think. Resident Evil.
The Battlefield Bad Company campaigns were pretty fun. Those are a little old at this point, but those were fun. I still really like the Call of Duty Black Ops campaigns, and I really liked Infinite Warfare. Was I thought a pretty good campaign.
Infinite Warfare. There's a lot of COD games I just skipped.
I know, and some of the names, it's kind of hard to keep them all straight. I'm like, wait, was it Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare? No, I haven't played Advanced Warfare. I've played Infinite Warfare.
Yeah. And guys,
I like the near future Call of Duties. Those are my favorites.
Village and the last two Resident Evil games were both FPSs technically. I mean, it's not it's not necessarily what you think of as the classic like run and gun shooter, but it's still a first person shooter.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of games are third person these days, which muddies the waters. Like, I played Control, but that was a third person shooter.
Yep, exactly. Which I think is the right call for a game that has like the way that game works with magic and flying around and floating and throwing objects. Cool. It has to be third person.
Yeah, the animations of the character can add to the game with magic and things like that. Mm-hmm. It adds to the world. Anyway, should we? I'm tired of talking about this stuff. I want to see your setup.
Okay.
I've been wanting to see the rest of this room for like months.
So, I've got this is like a webcam mounted to the wall, but this is basically the full battle station, and the video quality isn't necessarily anything to like get super pumped about. You can actually see my
Jake doesn't have just like
arsenal
10 DSLRs.
I know, right? Someday I'll get 10 DSLRs, and you can also see my horde of equipment down here. Just kind of disregard, please. I've got like a green screen down there. I've got like mounts and stuff. It's a good place for storage.
You got a monitor down there.
It's an extra monitor.
Send me that bad boy. Just kidding. I don't have room for more monitors.
I have too many myself. But anyways, so let's kind of just look. That chair is
choppy. It's not, the camera isn't super high resolution, so it looks like you're like running a game at 720p with no anti-aliasing.
Oh well, sometimes that's what you gotta do.
Need some TAA up in this hizzy.
The chair does have RGB.
Yeah, that is the ROG Chariot.
Yep.
Which I just realized is funny because it's chariot.
Oh my! You just.
It's the ROG Chariot.
There's actually more RGB here. If you look,
you can see all this stuff in all of Jake's gear. By the way, is in. If you scroll down on the Twitch page, it's in the description of the video.
Yep.
Or the description of our Twitch channel. Under Jake's PC specs, you can get a link to the chair. RGB chair.
I'm gonna be this guy, and I'm gonna use that as the hook. We're supposed to do a giveaway, so we're gonna do the giveaway right now. So that was
the ROG Chariot is out of stock on our site right now.
It goes out of stock a lot. We usually get I think a few hundred units at a time, and then they sell out. And then
is that exclusive to the eShop? I don't see it at any other stores. That might be one we sell ourselves.
In North America. It's one that you can only buy directly from the Asus eShop. I do not believe you can even buy it at IKEA. IKEA has some other like furniture and stuff,
IKEA
but
has
not
a different
the Chariot.
Different ROG chair. And actually, it's a pretty nice looking chair. If you want something that's a little bit more kind of traditional office cherry that has like the mesh back and stuff, it's IKEA has an ROG chair that's a bit more in that traditional style. No RGB though, so
some questions.
I think it might be a little bit less expensive too.
Some questions as always. Questions about availability. Unfortunately, guys, we don't have any updates for you here. We will gladly be spamming those updates on social media and on this channel as soon as we know when things are going to be available.
But these yet, but we're working on it.
Yeah, it's it definitely is a journey for everyone to try. Like every company in the world is trying to get their products in people's hands as fast as they can, but the whole world is kind of.
We're not purposely holding them back. We're not
some people think that.
Year.
Some people want to think that. Guys, as always, I need to call out that we do marbles on stream for the giveaway. This is something that is tied into Twitch chat. You can see that it's logged in directly to Twitch. So in order to participate, you must go to twitch.tv/AsusROG and type !play in the chat when I launch the session. There's not even a way to connect this to YouTube, I don't think.
And Misfit is asking how the lumbar support on your chair is. It has like a memory foam.
There's a
lumbar cushion, right?
So
is it detachable or is it part of the chair?
It's detachable, and it has like Velcro on it, so you can raise or lower it. So
depending on how tall you are.
I had used other competitors' chairs in the past where they have like a strap that goes around the back of the chair, and you can like raise and lower it. The thing never stayed put, which drove me nuts.
So it's not a strap; it's literally Velcro.
It's Velcro to the chair.
That's so much better.
It is, because it's not constantly moving around. I'm not like the other one. I used to always have to move it, right? Like adjust it.
Just slide back down.
Yeah, and it would just drive me insane. This one, I've literally never had to adjust it.
Well, so it also looks like that cushion is larger. It's like a little bit taller and more contoured, whereas a lot of other chairs just have like a pillow. It's just like this little pillow you put. And I never found it that comfortable, but this looked like it's made to be more built into the chair in a way, like a normal lumbar support instead of just like this weird little add-on. That's really cool. I had not noticed that before.
Okay, guys! ! Play in Twitch chat. Join the giveaway for your chance to win a $20 voucher to us.gamesplanet.com. And then after that, we'll actually go through the tour. We'll talk about the various components. I've got the best ROG gear you could ever ask for, and then I've got a lot of other stuff that's totally niche use case that I like for space sims that we can take a look at. I've got some unique streamer tools that again aren't necessarily ROG, but we'll take a look at everything because it's there's a lot of stuff in this room. Okay, we'll give you guys.
You need an ROG mug, Jake.
I have one. I
have an Asus mug.
I have an Asus mug. Yeah, I know. I asked Gallup.
It has that ROG like coaster or like one of those little wooden things you put on top to keep the heat in. I got that. It has an ROG engraving on it, but it's all the way over there.
I drink out of like pint glasses pretty much exclusively, so I asked for an ROG.
So does my wife.
I like pint glasses. I don't know.
Heat reactive mug. That would be dope. JDMCC.
Good idea. Asus does make a USB warmer, like a little circle warmer. I've
had one of those before.
Yeah, they sent me one as a holiday gift before you worked for the company.
Well, man, I haven't gotten my keyboard and mouse from the holiday party yet.
Even
though I already have a keyboard and mouse, I don't know why I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm probably going to send them to Lane.
I forgot we were getting them. Because I literally already have those products here. So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead.
The newer gen version of the products.
Yeah, that too. Good luck, have fun. May the best marble win. The shiniest marble.
Okay, Kaprinsky. Funny man over here. They didn't give it. I don't make it sound like they gave everyone a keyboard and mouse. Jake and I won raffles.
We won, yeah. They do like a company party. They actually did a Marvels on Stream session for one of the big prizes too, which was fun. This was all just like an internally holiday party, and we won mice and keyboards. Some people won like laptops. Somebody won the Gundam monitor. I was so jealous.
Which is sweet.
I was so jealous.
Some people won that fruit washer thing.
Yeah, I don't need
My wife was mad. She wanted one of those.
I have enough appliances in my kitchen. I don't need another one personally.
I know, right? Okay, this is a fun fact. Apparently, id Gaming Federation says the Star Trek Next Generation Enterprise's chair support cushions were the same. They started out as an elastic band. They updated them in season 3 as the cast had back issues. The cushions and the uniforms weren't helping the issue.
What is happening?
Whoa, what the heck?
Where are we going?
Are these marbles just falling through space?
Yeah, I can't even fall fast enough. I'm going as fast as I can. I've never seen that.
Oh, can't you just put it on like auto follow?
I tried, and it keeps going to the back of the pack because it doesn't know what to do.
Oh,
so wow, now we're stuck at the top. Good call, Whitson.
My bad.
For some reason, it thinks this is first, but it's clearly not. Oh well, he's going.
Everyone's like, this is a 1 hour map. We're gonna be here forever. We should just put this in its own other little window and then start doing the rest of the show.
Oh, wow, I did not.
No, we're close, guys. This isn't that long of a map.
Yeah, wow. I did not expect any of that to happen. That was... Wait, is it going to go back up? No.
Oh.
No.
Wait,
no.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the worst thing that ever happened.
Is it actually a 1 hour match?
Jake, what have you done? What hell hath you wrought?
Um.
Oh yeah, okay. Everyone's saying the course record is 55 minutes.
Okay.
Bail, Jake.
Yep.
Bail. Yeet this course.
Those ones are fun. I like being surprised by stupid. Course record is 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
There we go.
Let's do that one. Exclamation mark play again. That was a bit of a surprise.
There's a Marbles mobile app.
Wait, what?
Did you not see that on the splash screen? It was advertising a Marbles mobile app.
You know I can't
customize
read.
your marble or something. That's why you're our streamer.
Yep.
We tried to have Jake write articles, but
no,
he no read too good.
I've contributed to articles before, and I feel
you're gonna take some photos for me.
Well, that's something I can do, but yeah, I feel bad for Eric every time he has to edit my word vomit that I email him.
I bet it's not that bad. I've been editing for 10 years, man. I'm sure you would not be the worst person I ever edited.
Maybe.
I promise you.
Maybe. Okay. Well, that looks like we got a bunch more people in that were probably coming over from YouTube anyway, so it's
all right, cool.
That's actually kind of lucky. All right, guys, here we go. 76 marbles. Good luck, have fun. Some spikes down here. 76 marbles. Couple marbles got in at the last second.
Oh man. The mobile app is for skins and effects and such. Yeah, that's what I thought it said, but it went away before I could figure out what it was saying. So you can add skins to your marbles, like Srirachazilla over here.
You can do that on the desktop even.
Oh, you can?
I just think they're probably saying if you were a viewer and you didn't have the desktop app, you can do it on mobile. That's probably what they're going for. But yeah, you can do that on desktop for sure.
Jake, what are you doing? You're like...
You don't like my
getting motion sick over here watching you trying to follow the marbles into deep dark caverns.
It was definitely a challenge.
Marbles 76.
Like Soldier 76?
No, like I think like Fallout 76.
RLTZ 1213. This is like a very claustrophobic course.
Can I request that our viewers get more pronounceable names?
Rolls. Or is it Ritz? Is he Ritz Crackers?
Or maybe he's just very wealthy.
Could be it.
He stays at the Roltz Hotel.
And where's a Rolls Royce?
A Roltz Swatch.
Terrible. I love it. Which way is forward? I'm so like backwards.
I have no idea what's happening. Most people call me A1M. That's not even... What? That's not even right. AM1. It's clearly a misfit. That's weird.
Matijas. Catastrophic. Who's it going to be?
Oh, we're close.
Who's it going to be? Grim Razor? The pay-to-win skin wins.
Oh, clearly rigged.
Yeah. He has that Super Saiyan Goku skin.
Who knew Marbles was pay-to-win? That is a cool skin. It is Super Saiyan.
Sriracha, you should get a refund. You didn't win, and you paid to win too.
Yeah.
I like Sriracha's better. Sriracha looks like a little Metroid.
Yeah, like the morph ball.
Yeah.
Wait, zoom in on the other one then. I want to see.
It's a little Goku.
Yeah, it's got I like the cool effect it has.
Ooh, it's got 8s on it. Yeah, that
when
like pulsing.
Yeah, I think it kind of looks like a tennis ball, like a Super Saiyan tennis ball.
There we go.
All right.
That's the anime I want to watch. Story about a Super Saiyan tennis ball. Not a guy playing tennis, just about a tennis ball.
Hold on. A bunch of high school students that play tennis and like have superpowers totally sounds like a real anime. And not even like a spoof.
It
like,
probably
like a thing that
is.
Probably exists.
I don't think has superpowers, but Prince of Tennis is a very famous manga. Very famous. Kind of old school, but there's this is going to sound insane.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it probably is. I'm watching an anime and I'm in love with it. About the board game Go, like the chess, like chess,
yes.
Go. It's called Hikaru no Go. It's old school. it's like
I know the name. Yeah.
there's so much hype around like putting a stone like on a board because anime just knows how to make content exciting. I get like so pumped up. I'm like, yo, I can't believe he did that. I have no idea how Go works, but I'm just like, you've got all the dialogue and stuff to go with it. All right, congratulations on the win, Grim Razor. We've got your comment in chat to confirm that you are here. I'm just gonna log the win in my document. Then we will get to the actual.
You kept us waiting too long, Jake.
I know.
Time to show off.
Such a tease.
One episode left on Demon Slayer. I've never seen that either. I haven't watched anime in a long time. I'm out of the loop.
I'm definitely behind on compared to.
I have seen the movie Your Name though, which I love.
Kimi no Na wa, yeah, it's very good, very good. I cried like a little boy.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, taking a look here at the setup, guys. So I run a dual PC streaming setup whenever I do any kind of high-end gaming. So I've got my primary streaming rig here, which I guess we can get kind of up close and personal with in a minute. And this is a GL12, which is, it's a few years old. It's a desktop with a 2080. Nothing to scoff at. It's a powerful machine.
It's just only a 2080.
Well, if we're looking at the newest breaking edge technology, comparing it to my custom built PC, this GL12 pre-built is a little bit dated comparatively. Great machine. And I use that to actually encode. And sometimes if I have to do like video rendering and stuff, that's what I would use that machine for too, just because that way I'm not taking up my primary machine with that. This is kind of, for me, this is like the show off laptop zone. So sometimes we do demonstrations on like, I'll open up a laptop. I've done that before. We've shown off, brand new products, box openings. This is just kind of open space for that. Acoustic paneling is a really important thing if you're building a stream room. Making sure that you have good acoustics is really nice. These are Elgato wall panels, but they're also really good for sound deflection. So I've got, RGB strips on them just so I can have some
like
nice,
a boss.
Yeah, and some nice color. It looks really nice, I think. And then I've got other acoustic paneling on that wall, and I've got other acoustic paneling in the corner there, and then I've got a rug on the ground, and all of these things are really important for someone with a porcelain tile floor and a drywall ceiling. It's very echoey without any kind of noise absorption. When I first moved into this room, it was like, oh no, time to spend money on sound things. But so there's a light here and there's another light up here. They're both on fairly dim because I've got LED lights, RGB LED ceiling lights, and then we've got the other ambience from RGB. Some other things in the setup. There's a camera on a very big arm here. I use this camera in a variety of different ways.
Oh, I couldn't quite see that arm. That is very large.
Yeah, it's a Frankenstein arm. I mean, but it does the job that I want. It gets me the angle that I want. And I often point that at like my mouse and keyboard, and I can also just swivel that down to point straight down over here if we're doing things like a top-down camera, kind of on this side here.
I see a cord running up the wall in the corner, and I know exactly what that goes to.
That's a Vive base station.
Yeah, it is.
That's a Vive base station that I have behind the shelving, which has all kinds of...
You got to get a corner cable concealer, Jake. What are you doing? It's like amateur hour over here.
Yeah, you're right. I've actually been considering it, but I knew I was going to put... The shelving's really new. It's like 2 weeks old.
Okay.
I knew I was going to be getting shelving up there, so it was just kind of like waiting for...
I can see your original World of Warcraft box up there, too.
Yep. Classic WoW.
Very
actually,
nice.
A bunch of WoW expansions behind it. Warcraft 3, some BlizzCon memorabilia from events I worked at. My ROG acronym hat up there. Those are a bunch of different peripherals that we're currently using.
But you have to keep the boxes because eventually you'll send them back.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a good spot to put them. That's out of the way. That is a window. This is technically below ground for the most part where I'm at right now. So talking about just kind of like the main setup, we've got my primary camera is actually mounted upside down to achieve the kind of mount I want. So the camera is upside down, so I have to flip it in the software, and that allows me to clamp this camera to the basically the arm there so that I can get a nice top-down angle.
Shot. That's clever.
Yeah, I was very, very proud of that one. Also, there's a clamp on a stand with another clamp on this stand because this camera, in order to center it, I have other clamps for my monitors, and they were competing with each other. So I had to get all these different parts, and it's it works flawlessly for what I need it to do, but it's a very weird. So there's I think 7 or 9 clamps on my desk at this point
I believe that
for various things.
Yeah.
Because lights, camera stands, you name it. So
and that's really nice because then you have all that room under your monitors. There's no stand under the monitors, so you can run your deck there, and your microphone arm comes under your monitors.
So low profile microphone arm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm glad you brought that up because that is something that is essential for me. I specifically bought these butcher block workbenches instead of a desk. So a lot of people, why is that monitor below the desk? It's just an extra monitor.
Jake just got a new monitor and he hasn't sent the old one back yet. Is
yeah.
that basically
no, that's one of my old just side displays.
Just
one of my personal devices. Yeah, it's just one of my old side displays that sometimes I need it, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, I used to have a monitor like that.
Yeah, if I'm building a PC, I don't want to disassemble my other stuff. So it's just kind of like a monitor that I'll pull out. It's ancient. It's like a 60 hertz display. There's nothing.
You sure it's not for when you're Paglamia says it's for when you do sit-ups and you play games at the same time.
Ooh, that's a good idea. So anyway, I wanted to talk about part of the reason that the monitor clamp, or at least a wall mount monitor stand, would be essential. This is a workbench. It's rated for 3,000 pounds. With the amount of things that I clamp to it, I wanted something extremely durable, but also sometimes I climb up on this desk to access the window and stuff like that. And that's not the normal case situation. Most people aren't saying I need a desk that can support the weight of 3,000 pounds. I like things that are never going to break. Right. That's just kind of something that I like. But the challenge with buying a workbench,
I like stuff that doesn't break too.
Well, I mean, I have rage slammed a desk into smithereens before. Yeah, when I was younger, but so I've always wanted sturdy things.
Jake gets very try hard when he plays StarCraft.
Yeah, it was StarCraft 2. It was StarCraft 2. It was like 2011. I slammed my desk so hard because I don't know, to be young and full of that much energy.
Already,
it's a long time ago.
Your every move.
You could put a Honda Civic on that table. You could. I mean, these are workbenches. They're not tables. They're designed for heavy duty, but it's only 2 feet deep, which is definitely shorter than the average desk. I think the average desk this is 24 inches. I think they're typically at least 28 or closer to 32.
Yeah, I think they're usually 2.5.
Yeah. So this is definitely, for if I had the monitor stand here, it'd actually be on top of this desk mat. And, all of that would be suboptimal for its various reasons, but this works really nicely for what I want. But we can actually see if this camera is still on.
Jake, the low profile microphone arm, is that Elgato?
It is. I have a lot of Elgato gear.
Someone was asking.
So we can kind of get a closer look at everything. So this is what I was talking about with the you can see it's upside down because the battery cable is
right,
swinging over the side, and then that gives me this ancient webcam, which does need to be replaced eventually. My glorious PG32 UQX 4K 144 hertz display. Look at this. Shows the frame rate right now. 144 FPS counter. Cool. 144. I love this feature, and it works. When you're in a game, and if you're getting less than 144, really cool. I don't have to put an overlay that'll ruin the seamlessness of my gaming experience in game. Right. I have it right here, and you can program this to show you the thermals on your.
He says with 3 monitors, you can't just possibly put it on one of the other monitors.
Well, I guess I could, but
it's cooler to have it.
Yeah, I like it there. This is a Go XLR audio interface. This is my USB-C cable for charging all things like my mouse. If I need it, I just grab it. Strix Flare 2 Animate that we've been showing off a lot lately. ROG phone. I have an ROG phone actually as my wide cam right now, but I do have one, but currently it's being used as my wide cam. Stream Deck that's currently inoperable.
I
Um,
like the color scheme.
thank
The
you.
Hotline Miami
Yeah.
look. I dig it. Oh, look at those streamer cables.
So there's definitely some reflection on the screen, but that's the 3080 Ti liquid cooled. So the Strix liquid cooled 3080 Ti. Those are Leon Lee streamers. Radiator on the back with that spinning animation. You can see
Yeah, it is cool.
my memory is also Corsair. Noctua heatsink. I like
Oh
the.
yeah, your CPU is not water cooled.
It is not, which is something I'm
Thinking about.
yeah, it's like I like both. I like it both ways. But
They really both have water cooling is really big right now, but air cooling does sometimes have its advantages.
I like the Noctua fans a lot.
I
mean,
like the look of water cooled units better.
I do too, but I also really like this matte black, this like chroma black, I think is what they call it.
Yeah.
I really think it's nice, but it's a lot of RGB.
By the way, you have about 1 million questions in Twitch chat.
Okay.
Give him chill says the Asus monitor on the ground says it wants to come live at my house. Dude, I think that thing's like 10 years old. I'm not sure. if you want it, you could probably get that monitor on Craigslist for like $20.
Yeah. I've probably missed a lot of questions because I see all kinds of comments.
He says a misfit says, can it be grommet mounted instead of clamp mounted? I'm not sure. I think he's talking about the camera, or no, he's probably talking about the low profile, the Elgato microphone arm. So can it be grommet mounted instead of clamp mounted?
I don't know. Not to my knowledge.
Couldn't tell you. You might be able to hack something.
Yeah. Oh, this is a tough CU4K30 capture card. It fits perfectly under my case, which I love because
wow.
Like I just kind of like sometimes we put laptops on this desk here, right? And I'll connect them for streaming and using this as the streaming machine. So this guy just pulls out,
connect it right in there.
Just pull the cable out with it, and bam.
Well, and it's nice that you can see the LED too, because the LED on those capture cards isn't just for looks. Like you can program it to like different patterns or whatever, alert you to different things. Like if it's not getting the signal properly or whatever, that LED is functional. It's not just snazzy. Can the cable RGB lights be synced with game visuals?
Yeah.
The streamer cables work with AuraSync.
Yep. These are programmed into AuraSync because I just have them connected directly to the board. So they're just like an LED strip, right?
Oh, okay.
So the streamer cables they have multiple options on them, but yeah, these are connected to my AuraSync profile directly.
Makes sense.
What else we got? I mean, we mentioned the acoustic panels. This is a Tobii eye tracker. This is something. Actually, the flashing is something that is only existing on the camera. I don't see that flashing. It's just like the way that it's reading the lights on it. But basically, this is a device that's designed to read my head and eye movements, so that in some simulation style games, like Star Citizen, which is what I use it for, as if I look to the left, the whole game is going to look to the left. And I'm sitting in a cockpit. I'm fighting. Yeah, it's infrared. And I'm dogfighting with another ship, and he's flying above me. I want to look upwards. It adjusts as I look towards the top of the screen. It's really incredibly immersive.
I've heard of games too where like it'll track your eye movements, and if you like make eye contact with a zombie, like it'll start charging you or whatever, like things like that.
That is cool. There's a lot of things you can do. Below, I've got foot pedals, and I haven't set it up yet, but I do have the new Elgato Switch. Elgato. I've been saying ROG, we need to start making like gear that rivals what they do, because I think what they do is really cool. They make really neat streaming tools. I would like to have more ROG branded stuff like that. This is Tobii, T-O-B-I-I. It's not an ROG product, no. A lot of my streaming, ROG doesn't necessarily make streaming equipment, right? We make the best gaming equipment.
We're
so
not
all
right
of
now.
my hardware, yeah, we're not necessarily in that market yet. Just kind of showing off some extra things. So this is my left flight stick. It's got a headphone stand.
Yeah.
So I can just
what's the screen on that?
That's a tablet. So I pull this up, and I sync it into Star Citizen.
Oh, sweet.
And then when I'm playing Star Citizen, I can control like my shields,
That's so baller.
and other things that are integrated in this wirelessly, just over Wi-Fi. and obviously I'm not logged in right now, but it's a really immersive experience to just be like, all right, I need to adjust my shields to back when someone's following me and shooting at me, and just tweak it. It's really cool technology. It's a lot of fun. So, and then I've got another one here. So dual flight stick with the foot pedals for my spaceship. And then, yeah, we talked about the low profile mic. This is a Shure SM7B microphone. Just, oh, it's kind of a mess right now. Always a challenge fighting things.
The never-ending challenge of being a streamer is that you have too much gear than you could possibly fit on one desk neatly, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But we do our best here.
That desk mat, that ROG desk mat. That's pretty cool.
You can kind of just see.
I've not seen the rest of the room before. Okay, yeah. So here's
another acoustic panel. Like I said, it's just it's pretty bare wall overall.
A ductless mini split, very nice.
Ductless mini split for heating and AC. I'll be honest, I don't use the heat with my PCs and stuff. I don't really need.
You don't
heat.
Need it.
That's the other camera. That's my ROG phone on the wall there right now. It's just mounted to the wall. And that strange rag that you look at is actually a solid snake headband from when I cosplayed. I know it looks very like, what is that? It's like, it's just a stupid like cosplay headband. And then, just kind of the back display.
Jake has played Star Wars Squadron with the flight sticks. Go back and look in the archives. He's done it.
Yeah, we played it on launch day. October 2nd. It was my wedding anniversary, so I should remember that one. October 2nd,
Jake said, "Sorry, honey, can't take you out for dinner. Star Wars Squadron just came out."
It was actually the very first stream I did on this channel. It was my first ever stream. Yeah.
I thought you did Star Wars Squadron like a month ago.
Oh, I probably streamed it again since then.
After you got the new flight sticks.
Yeah, I probably did. But my very first stream on the channel was that game. So
that's funny.
Yeah.
It's a good game. I just started playing it like last week. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I got a lot of storage over here. I mean, this is full of like PC building tools and extra cables and all the good stuff. And then
Sarge, the ROG phone isn't just being used as a camera. It's just being used as a camera right now.
Yeah, I don't normally
needs as many cameras as he can get for this particular stream.
Yeah, it's not.
It doesn't just live there.
It is. It's the first time it's actually ever been used as a camera like that. So it just seemed like
the camera's good.
It works. It works. But
I mean, the camera is good. This is whatever software you're piping into. It might be low res because it's wireless or whatever.
Oh, this software is there's a pro version that is HD.
This is not what the ROG phone camera looks like when you take pictures. It takes good pictures.
No, not at all. I had to use two different third-party programs to be able to do these phone cameras that I'm using today.
Yeah.
And this is a freemium, right, kind of deal. I think if you pay, you can make it look better. But
up the res.
But take care.
This is pretty sweet. For some reason, I thought this room was bigger. I thought it was like your office on one side and like a living room setup, or like your wife's desk on the other side for some reason.
No, it's only like 13 by 13 feet. It's really all I need personally for this kind of space.
I mean, yeah, same. I mean, although I got a little more, maybe a little bit more space because I got the TV set up back there. Are we going to see an ROG 6 phone soon? Maybe. Got to keep watching to find out. Is that a Microsoft Surface Pro? No, it is not a Surface Pro. Homie, that
is a Flow Z13.
That is the ROG Flow Z13. The world's most powerful
like a Surface
gaming tablet / laptop / convertible / literally everything.
So,
out yet. That should be out in, I think, probably the first half of the year, sometime Q1 or Q2. It's coming. It's coming, and it's going to be sweet.
Yeah, it's glorious.
And we're not able to game on that one yet, but hopefully Jake will soon be getting one that we can actually game on and show you the performance, show you what it is capable of. We got to get you an XG Mobile to go with it.
Yeah, we will. I did that with the Flow X13 last year, so I've already used it.
Dude, I mean,
old news.
I used the Flow X13 before I even worked here because I reviewed it for IGN and it blew me away.
It's an impressive device, yeah.
It is one of it's not just an impressive device. It's one of the most impressive laptops I have ever laid hands on.
Wow, the Z13 is even better in my opinion.
Them's fighting words.
Trying to see
Zephyrus Duo release date. We do not have a release date for the Zephyrus Duo yet. hang tight.
Don't forget to claim your elite rewards points, guys. Exclamation mark elite in chat.
Not Mitch. It's a bold statement, but I'm not exaggerating at all. And I said that before I even started working at ROG. I said it was one of, if not the best laptop I've ever used. It is the Flow devices are mind-blowingly good. Like straight up, no BS, no marketing speak. Actually, some of my favorite laptops of all time.
In terms of actual timing for releasing of new products and stuff, we don't have any updates. It could mean that they're coming out next month. It could mean they're coming out in several months. We sincerely have no idea.
Yeah, some we literally don't have information for yet.
Yeah, so
that doesn't mean it's not coming out in Q2. That means we don't know yet.
Yeah, we just don't know, and it's kind of.
And it doesn't mean nobody knows. That means we.
Oh yeah, exactly.
They haven't told us.
Right. So when I say we, I mean Whitson and I, not Asus.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of when they're ready to announce those release dates internally and then announce them externally. We only have release dates for a couple of the devices we announced.
I've actually specifically requested that they
Which,
do
by
not.
the way, is true of like a lot of electronics. Anything you saw at CES, like Sony hasn't announced the release dates for their TVs yet. You know, it's the same for everyone.
I just
right now.
want to let everyone know that I've specifically requested that I am not told release dates until they're public or until the week that they're public, because I'm terrified that I will say something that I'm not supposed to say and get in trouble.
Yeah.
So that's
I almost did before on stream.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't want to know.
And it wasn't public yet, or I thought it wasn't public yet, but they had actually announced it like 6 hours before, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I just I want at least some of you guys to fall off. Fantabulous, extraordinary dimension. We're doing another marbles giveaway. This is through Twitch chat, guys. You got to type exclamation mark play to join on Twitch chat.
Yes.
We have leaked things on this channel before.
Oh yeah. I was here for one of those things, but I don't think it was a particularly big deal thing. But yeah, I know things have been leaked on this channel before.
It's happened.
We have some Tom Hollands in the company who just like announce stuff. Just spoiler alert.
Sasha.
Wasn't gonna call him out.
I had to.
The poor guy's sleeping. He's not even here. He's not even awake.
He can't even defend himself.
Jake.
Yeah. That's kind of savage. I love Sasha.
We're gonna get Sasha on stream again soon.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to sync up and do another late. It'll be late night for us, or at least for me, so we can sync up and get on some calls with headquarters, because the world's a big place. We're in opposite time zones. But yeah, guys, feel free to ask any questions regarding the setup. I know there's a lot of not normal gear that the average person would have in their setup, but this is my dream battle station, and it's got the best ROG hardware in the world. I do say that even having this god tier rig with a Ryzen 9 5900 and a Strix liquid cooled RTX 3080 Ti, like, this thing is a beast. The biggest thing to me has been this display. The PG32 UQX has been such a game changer for me. Gaming, even in 1440p, looks so unbelievably good, and gosh, it's I can't wait for monitor technology like this to be a little bit more accessible, because this is definitely not the most accessible price point, but it's a really, really great display. I need to get a hydraulic rig for your gaming, for your sim gaming. I hope to someday build a Monster Tech rig, but I do not think I will ever be able to afford a hydraulic setup. They make these base plates that like vibrate, like just like with audio, like with the base that you put underneath on the bottom of your chair. It's called a base plate, I think. Where that kind of gives you like a sense of like rumbling and stuff. It's like a rumble pack for your butt, basically. I think that's kind of cool. That's probably as far as I'll go. Hydraulic, I don't know. So I don't have a 5950X. I have a 5900, but in 4K, it depends on the game, but I can get 144 frames in 4K on some games. Other games are closer to 100, 120. But it is like God of War I was hitting the 120, which is the max in the new God of War, playing in 4K, and it just feels incredible. It's giveaway time.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck, have fun.
Yeah, I mean, a 3080 Ti is pretty beastly.
Yeah.
Even my 3070, I'm not 4K, but I'm almost 4K. I'm ultra wide 1440p, which is like kind of halfway between 1440 and 4K.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get I have a 165 hertz monitor. I can get pretty high in a lot of games. Some of the newest games, if I like really crank the graphics up, I'm maybe in like the 80s or 90s, but which is still great.
Yeah. I actually feel like I need not only maybe even better CPU to keep up with this GPU, but also more memory.
5900 is
It's great, but
is solid. And honestly, it's, you know what? It for gaming, that CPU is not going to make a difference at 4K because you're going to be GPU bound
usually,
no matter what.
Usually,
if you lower the resolution, you start playing with DLS or something like that, DLSS, your CPU might start to lag. And I had that problem with Deathloop. Back when I had my 2060 Super, I was trying to I tried to turn down the resolution to get more frames, and it like didn't affect it at all because I had such an old CPU. Or not, it wasn't that old. It was a couple years old.
Right.
Which is why I upgraded.
But I was even playing Lost Ark, and that game is surprisingly demanding.
Well, MMOs tend to be a little bit more CPU intensive, right?
But it's a different
I
style MMO. I don't know. It's more of an isometric game, like Diablo. And I was a bit surprised by how much memory it was using. I was looking at my CPU and my GPU, and they were like, I think my CPU was around 70 or 80. My GPU was at like 50 or 60. And then my memory was capped out. I was like, whoa. I mean, I did have like 1,900 Chrome sessions open, but still, I was a little surprised. Who's it going to be? Trickster in the lead. You almost fell off, dude. GG Trickster or TR1CK573R _ if we're going to actually read your name correctly. Congratulations. Please type in chat to confirm your win. What is that sound? Did you hear that sound? Or did only I hear it?
No, I don't. I can't hear the sounds.
I didn't know if it came from your mic. Oh, they're hitting the thing on the top here, and it's making a donk sound. Donk, donk. Yeah, okay. Because it wasn't everyone falling in. It was only the ones landing on that piece. Oh, my cutie pie. What are you doing back there? You just want to be one. Wow, you just gave up. Look at these hearts. Very Valentine's Day, very festive. Okay, I mean, you're
Mitch. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I do have a 165 hertz monitor, but I have been gaming a lot on my TV lately, which is only 60 hertz. So I'm with you. I've been playing a lot of 1440p 60 hertz lately. It really depends on the game.
Which is great for single player games.
Fast-paced stuff, yeah. First-person shooters, things like that. I absolutely want to play 165 hertz or as high. I'd rather play 240 or 360, but we don't have ultra wides for that yet. But a lot of stuff I am still playing at 60 hertz because that's what I got. My TV doesn't have VRR, so I gotta lock it to 60 for now.
Yeah,
I'm only playing on a 1070 on that TV. For now. We got some cool hardware coming my way soon, then maybe we'll get to show off.
Yeah, sounds like we might be doing.
And by the way, we're definitely gonna show it off because that's why it's coming my way.
Yeah,
to show it off.
So it sounds like we're gonna be having PC building streams coming in the future.
Yeah, at least one. I'm open if I can get all these components in here.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty cool build too, I think.
And next week we're still kind of figuring out exactly what we're gonna do for Pulse because I don't know.
Sarge, I just bought this TV. I don't need a TV upgrade. This TV is like, actually. So the thing is, this particular brand of TV, they are a little late to the VRR game. I may one day. We'll see.
The PG32 UQX is completely silent. Completely silent. This is the most premium display I have ever experienced. Like, it is glorious. But yeah, I think we actually went over an hour just kind of like rambling and showing off the gaming setup. So hopefully people were entertained at least. Maybe someone that's trying to build their streaming setup will take some inspiration from this. I surely spend a lot of time on like the Battle Station Reddit, just kind of looking at people's battle stations. And if you guys have a battle station you're particularly proud of, pop into our Discord, type in go to the live stream chat and post some pictures of your setup there, because I'd be curious to see what you guys are rocking. Even if it's, you know, a humble little nice aesthetic setup that you're proud of, show us. We'd like to see it.
Rolt says we should do an ROG IKEA build stream.
I'm
just
kind of
build
surprised.
all of the ROG IKEA furniture on stream. That would be a disaster. I'd be like, I'm actually pretty good.
I'm a seasoned veteran of IKEA building, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, you bring your laptop to IKEA, just start streaming in the middle of IKEA. That'd be awesome. And they're like, "What are you doing, sir?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's cool. I work for ROG."
It might work. It's funny. I might be going to IKEA this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I have to bring my laptop.
I'm going to Lowe's to get a table I'm getting a table to take pictures of laptops for ROG. But also so my children have a place to eat when all their cousins come over. But then I'm just to steal it and use it as my ROG table. And I'll be able to use it for our build stream. It'll be perfect. Perfect. Whenever that happens. In the meantime, well, maybe one day I'll show off this setup. It's not like Jake's. It's not quite as cool.
Well, you've got a nice aesthetic going too, though. You have the more mature setup, not the like gamer RGB nerd cave set. Like,
I had the gamer RGB nerd cave set up, and I wanted to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I wish I'd done the RGB lights in the ceiling though, like you did. That would have been smart.
It's nice because I can just toggle that on and off. I
can change the color temperature, but I can't change it like between RGB.
Yeah, mine. I'm very happy with mine.
I love it. Sweet setup. I like the action figures in the background there.
Soldier 76 for you.
I'm being serious. They actually look awesome with the backlighting behind them. I think that's sick.
Yeah. And they're not action figures. Those are statues.
Sorry. Yeah, that's true. If they are action figures, they would have to do stuff.
Yeah, those are just statues. Ragnaros from World of Warcraft and Soldier 76 from Overwatch. I got a lot of Blizzard stuff.
I'm a Soldier 76 fan.
I know you are.
Yeah, I need to get that statue.
You are. That came with the collector's edition of the game. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, came inside of it.
Nice.
All right, guys, that's going to do it here for the stream tomorrow. We're going to be playing Deep Rock Galactic starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. We have no idea what we're doing with that game. We just know we're going to be space dwarves with dynamite and the ability to drill and destroy.
That's all I ever wanted.
Literally all of the terrain is destructible. The whole game. Everything is destructible, I believe.
That's so cool.
We're going to have a lot of fun. See you tomorrow.
Deep ROG Galactic. Painful split. Well played.
Love it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.